Moving on, the defense case in the Oscar Pistorius murder trial has suffered yet another blow. Its witness, Roger Dixon, contradicted Pistorius' evidence. The forensic geologist was again chastised by the state for testifying on evidence while he was ill-qualified to do so. Well, Dixon conducted several tests for the defense, including sound, lighting and material analysis. Dixon said his findings were that the magazine rack was right next to Riva Steenkamp when she fell. This contradicts Pistorius' version that it was not there when he broke down his toilet door. Dixon referred to a photograph saying there was indeed a blood smear caused by the foot of that rack. The state also disputed Dixon's claims that 3 bullets hit Steenkamp while she fell. She was questioned on what his findings had been based on and was also hammered on why he did not have reports on several of his investigations conducted at the Pistorius home. Dixon said he had not been told to do so. Our reporter Patricia Fasaki is tracking that case. We're live to her now on the steps of the North Gauteng High Court. Good afternoon, Patricia, and thank you for your time on the PM News Desk.
Good afternoon.
Look, it's another brutal day of cross-examination for Dixon. Most crumble under the glare of Nell. How did he hold up today, Patricia?
Well, today basically saw the defense's second expert witness, Roger Dixon, concluding his testimony under cross-examination, of course, basically confirming to State Prosecutor Advocate Harry Nell that he was no expert on the various fields which he concluded his testimony on. And of course, we have seen since he had started taking the stand, Advocate Harry Nell showing no mercy as he took on the geologist on the test that he had performed at Oscar Pistorius' house after, of course, the Paralympian had shot and killed his model girlfriend Riva Steenkamp in his upmarket Silver Lakes home. Now, he made a test on various aspects, and these would be the lighter test that he did on Oscar Pistorius' room. Now, you would remember that the Paralympian said that on the morning of Valentine's Day, after shooting and killing his girlfriend, it was pitch dark. And of course, he also did a sound test. But basically today he concluded his testimony by confirming that he was no expert. This after Harry Nell had subjected him to grueling cross-examination. But let us take you through the whole court proceedings for today. And I am joined by a criminal law expert, and that is Advocate Bonginkosi Ngubani, who will take us through today's proceedings. Obviously, we saw Roger Dixon struggling with his testimony, but his main purpose was brought in so that he can discredit the state witness's version. Did he succeed in that?
I'll say, firstly, Patricia, it did not do good for the defense, because the purpose was for him to come and corroborate the evidence of Mr. Oscar Pistorius. But in failure to have done that, I'll say that it has a negative impact on the case of the defense as a whole.
Okay. Now, in your view, what does this mean moving forward for the defense, apart from the fact that, of course, it is clear that it has a negative impact?
It means for the defense that if they were to save the defense case, it means if there are still other witnesses, it will mean a lot of work for the defense, because the defense will have to sit down now and have plan B in regard to other expert witnesses that will still be called, because in view of these ones that have so far been that have testified before court, it seems that it doesn't look good for the defense.
Now, what does this tell us about the consultation process that may have been followed, looking at the contradiction that, you know, Oscar Pistorius' own witness would contradict his version of events?
Patricia, I will go straight to the defense to say the defense had a lot of time since last year to prepare for this matter. So that simply means that if the defense has consulted, I think it did not do enough in this case, looking at the evidence that was, adduced by the witness that testified today. So I will say it means the defense was supposed to do more in terms of consultation and preparing the witnesses, so that it's not ambushed, or rather, be surprised. Because it seems the defense would have been surprised to hear that the expert now start to give evidence that is against the accused, who is Mr. Pistorius in this matter.
Now, you did speak earlier about a possible plan B that the defense might consider. What options are available to them?
As we stand, Patricia, I think the possibility, or rather option, that the defense has, if the defense believes that all the witnesses that so far have testified did not help or assist the defense, is to go by way of plea bargain, which is in terms of Section 105A of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977, meaning to say that that opens up negotiations between the defense and the state in as far as the sentence is concerned. But that simply means that the defense will have to plead guilty to all the charges that are leveled against him.
And of course, that was Advocate Bonginkosi Ngubane giving us today's analysis of today's court proceedings here at the Oscar Pistorius murder trial. The court will be adjourned for the next 2 weeks, and we will be back on the 5th of May, and a new witness for the defense will be taking the stand on that particular day.
The SABC's Patricia Vasahi, thank you for your time. Court, of course, adjourned for 2 weeks. Proceedings will resume on May the 5th, and we will continue our live coverage of the murder trial then. Moving on.